Everyone, it's Froggy, and I'm back again with another episode of Nicole. It is October 2nd, and I'm just gonna go ahead and jump in. Man, of course it gets all gloomy now that I'm out of bio class. I squint my eyes and brace against the autumn chill as the wind brushes past my face. It's super overcast today. I guess the sun's just taking a little vacation. I always get so sleepy on days like this. That and the lecture today was super boring. I could barely pay attention. This class is turning out to be way harder than I thought it would be. I'll probably make sure to pay extra close attention when I read the chapter for this section. Boom, problem solved. Except I never really get what I read when I read it. No, come on, Nicole. You got this. Don't worry over it. But what to do now? It's too depressing to stay outside on a day like this, but I don't feel like heading back to my dorm right away. Maybe I should study in the library for a bit. I could use the review time. That's the best idea I got, so I'm going with it. I take the path leading down to the library, but I stop when I see a certain someone nearby. I should have known that I'd see Jeff around the life science department. I don't want to say that I've been avoiding him lately, but yeah, I've totally been avoiding him ever since I ran into him at the lab. I don't think he's seen me yet. Great. I could probably hide somewhere until he passes by. Unfortunately for me, Jeff turns and catches me on the spot and then makes a face like that's exactly what he was trying to do. Oh no. He can't be looking for me, can he? Nicole, I've been looking everywhere for you. I can't even run and hide because that'll look totally obvious. The way Jeff comes over towards me really creeps me out. He looks normal, with his friendly smile and a hand over his head, but when you know what I know, then you'd know this is anything but normal for Jeff. Oh, Jeff. Hi. I try forcing myself to smile and look natural. I have no idea how Jeff does it so easily. I can barely keep myself from cringing as he stops in front of me. You wouldn't happen to be busy now, would you? I wanted to talk to you about something. Here's where I ask myself, is he telling the truth, or am I going to be in big trouble right now? Best to play it safe. Actually, I was going to go to the library to study. Sorry. I hastily try to get around Jeff, but he quickly steps to the side, blocking my way. Oh, that isn't a problem. Nicole, I can wait. He steps closer. His smile looks more unsettling now that it's close to my face. I can wait as long as it takes for you to talk to me. I think he's trying to say he's not going to leave me alone until then. Oh man, my luck. You know what? I changed my mind. I can study later. My laughter comes out scared and nervous. Oh man, someone help me. What does a girl have to do? Use Morse code? Actually, bad idea. I bet Jeff knows Morse code. Glad to hear it. Now, if you don't mind following me. Jeff waves a hand over his shoulder and leads me away out of the public. I won't lie. Going somewhere with no eyewitnesses can make my hair stand on edge. Once we've walked a good deal and the people around us thin out into an occasional passerby, Jeff lets out a huge, tired sigh. Exhausting. He tilts his head from side to side, stretching out any kinks in his neck. Forcing myself to speak such drivel becomes exhausting like you wouldn't believe. You wouldn't happen to have a throat lozenge, would you? I might have a cough. Save it. That was a test, and you managed to pass. I'll note that you're always prepared, Nicole. A great start. Start to what? Oh, you'll see. I can feel my stomach churn as Jeff starts snickering under his breath. Whatever he has planned doesn't sound like it can end well for me. He leads me into a dorm, one of the nicer, more modern ones, like mine. It's a few halls, and past some doors later, we finally stop at a room. This is your room, I'm guessing? Correct. Please tell me you forgot something or we're just picking it up on the way. I could. But it'd be a dreadful lie, and Nicole, you of all people should know that I do enough dreadful lying on a daily basis. Jeff takes the key out of his pocket, sticks it into the knob, and twists it. He pushes the door open right after and heads in. Close the door after you. I do so, even if the thought of being in a confined space with Jeff makes me completely uncomfortable. The inside of his room is surprisingly normal, just like your average student's. There are 2 beds, so he must share with a roommate, and 2 desks shoved in the very back, complete with bookshelves built into the unit. Books with spines bearing technical medical titles are stacked neatly in place, and on the walls are a few diagrams of the human body. One poster has the entire layout of the muscular system, while another is especially detailed when concerning our vital organs. But I'm sure Jeff didn't bring me here so I could appreciate this interior design choices. In fact... Okay, spit it out. Just, what do you want from me? I'm going to just get right to it. It's not like we're really friends. There's no point in beating around the bush to spare his feelings. Oh, Nicole, straight to the point, aren't you? Don't you care to relax? Take a load off? Feel free to use that bed. It's currently unoccupied. You mean you room here alone? But isn't this room for 2 people? It is, yes. But my previous roommate had something come up, shall we say? I carefully consider if I want to press any further with that line of questioning. Geez, Jeff, do I want to know what you did to him? Nothing illegal. I may have capitulated on his fear of spiders, but really, who pays attention to details such as those? That poor guy. I sigh and plop down on the opposite bed like Jeff suggested. I'm kinda digging the dark blue star pattern sheets. There better not be any spiders under there, though. Anyway, back to what you were saying before. You wanted to talk to me? Certainly. This is true. Jeff paces the room, marching back and forth over the multicolored rug in the middle. Who have you told? Told? I frowned at him angrily. You mean about you? Yes, exactly. Who have you told? Who am I going to have to watch out for now? It's been a while. I'm sure you've spread the news along among the masses. I don't know what made you think I'd squeal, but I haven't told anyone, remember? Like I promised? I crossed my arms, offended. I can't believe you thought I'd tell. Oh, hush. Like you wouldn't think the same thing. To have me in such a compromising position would grant you unlimited ammo to hold over my head. And yet you say you have not taken advantage of this at all. Jeff stops and looks at me, his chin tucked in his fingers. If I believe you, and I should since you show no signs of lying, then I may very well have been right about you, Nicole. What do you mean? What did you think about me? That you're perfect. Huh? What's he getting at here? Are you hitting on me? Jeff sputters as he laughs. Oh, no. That is not what I meant. Yes, you are perfect, Nicole. The perfect assistant, that is. I should have known he wasn't flattering me for the sake of being nice. Wait, you think that I'd make a good assistant? Did I even hear that right? I must have, because Jeff nods enthusiastically at me. Certainly, you fit the 3 criteria necessary to be. Jeff holds up a finger. Nummer eins. I cringe from how loud Jeff shouts. Is that German? I'm not going to shout. You must know about the true genius that is Jeff Ryan. Though it started as an unfortunate incident, I now see how you overhearing me can work to my advantage. Jeff holds up 2 fingers now, and I quickly cover my ears. Nummer zwei. I must deem you to be of adequate competence. You haven't told anyone my secret, which contributes points to your favor. I also believe you possess above average intelligence, if not higher. Thanks, I guess? That sounds like the closest I'm ever going to get to a compliment from Jeff. And what's Nummer drei? Jeff's lower jaw hangs slack as I stop him from shouting for the last time. He raises his eyebrows, impressed. I was getting to that. Nummer drei. You must be obedient to each and everything that I say. Whoa, let's stop in while we're ahead, shall we? I cross my arms in front of my chest. Now, you have a problem. I'm not listening to you just because you tell me to. Oh, I think you will, Nicole. Jeff buffs his nails against his shirt and brings them up to observe his handiwork. Remember what I said about influencing Garver? It works both ways. It'd take as much as a snap of my fingers to have him fawning over you like his favorite student. It's quite feasible for me. Well, aren't you awfully sure of yourself? Though, maybe he has a good reason to be. Ugh, I hate how tempting this idea is. If Jeff gets me on Garver's good side, that could mean an easy ride to an A for this class. I can see you're still unsure about this. So, what if I metaphorically sweetened the deal for you? If you're interested, I could work my connections and find a part-time job for you here at the lab. Mind you, you'd most likely be the cleaning lady, but as they say, money talks, no? It certainly does. I can't help it. Girl wants to make bank. You could really do that? Bark like a dog and I'll consider it. Hey, you're the one who wanted to sweeten the deal. I was, but now I decided to make you bark like a dog as well. I'm kidding, by the way. I groan, nearly falling to the floor in relief. Jeff seriously doesn't know when to quit with his terrible jokes. And if I say no to all of this, you won't try to turn Garver against me, right? Too much effort for something so vindictive. I'd only do so the moment my secret spilled from your lips. Just checking. I sigh as I feel the foundation of my defenses crumbling. I know I should be thinking harder about this, but getting a little more info wouldn't hurt first. So, what would I have to assist you in anyway? Jeff grins eagerly as he sees that I'm interested in his proposition. The full explanation would be much more interesting. Worthy story, but alas, I shall keep it brief. I am what you would call a modern-day alchemist. I mouthed the last word to myself slowly. An alchemist is like one of those scientist guys who turned lead into gold, right? Jeff plants his palm against his forehead. Again, with the simplification of such scientific marvels. At least now I can finally yell at you for it. Yes, turning lead into gold is one of the feats of alchemy, but there is so much more. With transmutation, the opportunities are limitless. You can create anything if you desired. And, you see, I'm aiming for one goal in particular. This is what I need your assistance on. Jeff adopts a really haughty stance, shoulders back, arms out. Now, take a guess. What do you think my goal is? My would-be assistant? Why do I have to guess? Do it, or you are no fun. Hey, I'm plenty fun. Why am I even arguing this? Fine, I'll play along. So you've got your three options. It's you want to make something, you want to break something, and you want to change something. And the option you're going to want to choose is you want to make something. I take a moment to think this over. I don't know much about this alchemy thing, but if Jeff's interested in pharmacology, which is about making medicine, is your goal to create something? Jeff breaks out a round of condescending applause. That jerk. Correct. More specifically, I aim to create a draft of which the world has never seen before. However, it's much more difficult than I had anticipated on my own, hence my need for an assistant. Wow, so you could be humble when you want to be. I thought you'd go on and on about how amazing you were. Jeff scoffs and gestures at himself. Why, of course I'm amazing, but not that amazing. An alchemist must know his limits if he ever wishes to surpass them. Hey, for once, I think you're saying something that makes a decent amount of sense. So all I have to do is what exactly? It's simple. All you need to do is assist me in finding the necessary ingredients to finish my potion that you're never going to tell me the purpose of. All in due time. All will be revealed in due time. It's a good deal, in my oh-so-biased opinion. Just think. Help me find a few measly ingredients, and you can have Garver eating out of the palm of your hand. Jeff extends his hand and flashes me a charming, obviously practiced smile. I hesitate, eyeing his hand like it's infested with the plague. And when we find all these ingredients, then you'll hold up your part of the deal, right? You have my word, which isn't worth much considering, but I'm afraid it's all you have for now. He's right when he says that I don't have much to go off of, but it doesn't sound too hard, admittedly, and if it's going to get an A... Okay, I'm in, but you better keep your word. I take his hand and squeeze it firmly, almost to the point where it must have been painful. Jeff's hand simply remains in mine, passively. He never squeezes back. Instead, he only smiles deviously. When I promise to do something, I do it, Nicole. You will soon see that I am truly a man of my word. When I mean it. A shiver runs through my arms, starting from where our hands are connected. I immediately let go and bring mine back up to my chest. Just what have I gotten myself into now? Anyway, from this moment on, you are now my assistant, and I will refer to you as such. So, get out. Jeff points at his door. I will now begin with a few rounds of experimental synthesis. No one but myself is allowed, and I'll tell your Jeff during so. I stare unamused at him. And that is... the name of the room in which you stand, of course. This is the workshop that I perform the majority of my experiments, though I do use Garber's laboratory if needed. I shake my head before turning to the door. Geez, I'm surprised you haven't gotten in trouble with the resident advisor yet. Oh, I have. As I shoot a questioning look over my shoulder, Jeff simply shrugs and grins. I came up with a way to take care of it. Yeah, I'm definitely not going to ask about that one. Woo! New job. And I'm going to end this episode here. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you want to see more, just click the eye at the top, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching.